Hello there, my name is Tina Louise Spalding and I am a trance channel. Hello subscribers. Yes, it's been a little while since I've posted a new video. I've just not been in that space. I've been working on managing some of the big quantities of already channeled material that I have to deal with. But it's time today to do something, so I am going to bring Jesus through and see what he has to say for us today. It is June 17th, 2018. I'll see you in a bit. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and these are tremendously challenging times coming your way. Those of you that have been on a spiritual path for some time, whether it's 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, are going to fare very well because you have been dissolving your ego. What is your ego? It is the part of your mind that believes in separation. It is the fearful, controlling, limited, physically focused part of your mind that allows you to have a physical experience here in the body. And this is a valuable experience because you learn what separation feels like. You learn what not love feels like. And that is really what this incarnational journey is. It is about letting go of what is not loving. And so as you look around your world now, you see many things surfacing, not only hot lava in Hawaii, that is a demonstration of what is going on societally. We tell you over and over again that the physical world is a demonstration of your level of consciousness, and that is what is being demonstrated by these volcanoes erupting. It is what was hidden being shown. It is what is destructive being released. And that is what you are witnessing in your society now. You are beginning to see symptoms of the sicknesses that have infected your society for a very, very long time. And we are speaking thousands of years here. This is not new. This is not a modern development. Things like pedophilia or corruption or distorted views on justice, these are not new ideas. Because you are kept in a very, very short-sighted belief system, that means you are all instant gratification people. You want what you want now, and you are trained into that. We are not judging you in that sense. We are seeing that if you are constantly trained to solve your problems through temporary short fixes, having something to eat, having something to drink, numbing yourself with alcohol or television or shopping. These are short-term fixes that allow you to feel better in the moment. Your epidemic of obesity in America is a demonstration of a short-term solution being used over and over and over again. You are indoctrinated into these things. What is happening now is a spiritual intervention. Because the planet itself has been co-opted in that sense by these conditioning programs, your school systems, your pharmaceutical programs, your vaccination programs, your banking systems, the fake democracies that you live in. You think that you're voting and that you will get a different system. No, you won't. It is a setup for you to believe that in 4 years' time you'll have another choice. But all of you are beginning to see that every 4 years the same system is perpetuated. But this is changing now, and this is why many of you are very upset. You are upset because you are beginning to see systems fail, or you are beginning to see behavior that does not make any sense given the conditioning programs that you have been raised in. And so things like peace accords with North Korea do not make sense. People who hate Donald Trump, and that is their choice, they get to see their own hatred coming out of their mouths and feeling their own hatred. That is their spiritual lesson. But beings who hate him have no way of explaining what's happening in that piece of court. There is no way to explain it because the story you're being told by mass media and the repetitive judgments of his administration do not allow for him to do any good. And so if you've bought into the hatred, then you have no hook to hang that story on. And so you dismiss it and say it's valueless. It's nothing to do with him. It must be something to do with someone else. But he is a pivotal deconstructor. And that's what we want to bring to your attention right now. The volcanic eruption is a deconstructor. The seemingly aberrant behavior of the President of the United States is a deconstructor of a system that has been in place for so long and has hidden its crimes so well that he seems to be crazy. But in actual fact, many of the things, not all of the things, there are some ego trips in there, and there are some things that look bad now that you will come to understand down the future road that make no sense right now. We want you to know that we are not pro or anti any politician. That is not our purpose. We are above the battleground in which you find yourself. But if you want to weather the next few years in a sane state, you must see the necessity for raising yourself above the battleground as it speaks about in A Course in Miracles. Why do we keep talking about A Course in Miracles? Because it is a mind training program that realigns you with love when you have been trained into fear, separation, hatred, judgment, and self-loathing. That is what your system trains you in. You will see little children being joyful when they're 2 or 3 years old, and as they go through the school system, they become more and more troubled, more and more likely to need medication, more and more likely to turn towards drugs and alcohol in their teens because they are being repressed and controlled and limited, and they are living in dysfunctional families that were controlled and limited as well. This is a multi-generational distortion that this generation is going to see cleansed. And this is why we are here. This is why it's so important for you to take your mind back. Because it is only when you have your mind back that you will be able to weather the next few years and keep your sanity and know not to turn upon yourself. Because when you have some of these things, these systems revealed to you, which is coming up over these next few months and years, some of you will not be able to handle it if you have remained in the battleground, if you have remained in the role of accuser or victim. Neither one is better or worse, only perpetrators. Perpetrators need victims, and that is a dualistic in the battleground agreement that you will make with each other. Those that become very influential step above the battleground and go to a higher source. And that is what these teachings are about. It is about saying, I see the endless battles of politics and war. I see the endless battles of one disease being cured and another one coming up to replace it. I see the endlessness of refugee crisis after refugee crisis, starvation crisis after starvation crisis, and I see the wealthier getting wealthier. What is going on here? How is this being orchestrated? It is being designed by those who understand the laws of creation, and it is imperative for you as beings in the battleground to stop battling in a dualistic horizontal way and to begin to cultivate a connection to the higher realms, because the higher realms of love, that is where they are. They're not down in the battleground. We don't come down into the battleground unless we encounter a being like this who has shifted her consciousness enough to allow us access. We do have access to a lot of you in certain ways, But because you don't listen to your dreams, because you don't listen to your feelings, your inspirations, you're trained out of them. Often those pieces of information fall on deaf ears. But the love revolution is growing, and you feel it, you know it. That's why you're seeing this video. So we want you to make a decision today to step above the battleground, to read the books that this being has produced. They are all introductory books about the major principles in your life that are undermining your ability to become empowered. This is not about power over anyone else. That is in the dualistic system. The orchestrators of your world know exactly what they're doing, and they know that they can't do it all at once, and so they have used the tyranny of increments to get you into a level of unconsciousness and disempowerment that you find almost impossible to break out of unless you are guided by the light, step by step up the ladder away from the battleground. So all of you who are getting sucked into politics, who are getting sucked into immigration battles, who are getting sucked into fear of destruction, you're choosing to use your free will to remain in the battleground. And it will never change. One tyrant will be replaced by another. One disease will be replaced by another. One earth change will be replaced by another. That is the nature of separation. It is a demonstration of fear and death and lack of love. The only solution for a lack of love and fear and separation is the relinquishment of everything that you do that perpetuates those things. And judgment and attack are principal methodologies for maintaining the separation and remaining in the battlefield. Forgiveness means you step back from attack and you go up in frequency to love. And that is where you will find your solutions. That is where you will find your abundance. That is where you will find your health. That is where you will find love. That is where you will find community. That is where you will find cooperation. That is where you will find wisdom and knowledge. You will not find it in the battleground. So each of you now must decide where you are attacking, and you must say to yourself, this attack keeps the war going, the war of the ego going. I am going to step back from my belief in attack as a solution, and I am going to go into learning about love, because none of you have learned about it. You must study it. You must read about it. You must understand how Spirit loves you. Spirit can love you by making you very, very ill. If you are on a path towards complete self-annihilation, you will be stopped dead in your tracks by Spirit saying you are off track. We need to halt you on this trajectory. And so you may break a leg, you may get sick, you may lose your job, you may do many things may seem to happen to you, but you can actually be stopped by Spirit in this intervention because you have lost the ability to master your free will. You turn on the television and suddenly you're angry. And that is you allowing something or someone else to push your buttons, and they push the buttons because they put the buttons there. They feed off that fear. They feed off that energy, that negative rage, that anger, that judgment feeds the separation and allows you to stay powerless in the dualistic battlefield that is never ending unless you make a decision using your free will to choose love. Now, many of you will say, well, this is injustice here that I am seeing. Trust us, there is so much injustice in your world that you have allowed. Bombing of innocent countries, intervening in elections and corporate domination of other countries' economics. These are injustices that must be included in that discussion if you are going to go down that route. But we don't want you to go down that route. We want you to choose peace. We want you to choose love. And we mean that within your mind, within your heart, within your words, and within your actions. Do the best you can to step back from attack. That is a miracle. When you choose love in any moment instead of attack and judgment, then you are aiding in the healing and the rising up of truth and kindness and love on this planet. There is no other way to do it than by individuals within the collective deciding to take back their free will and choosing love instead. And that means choosing loving foods for yourself. So that means not causing cruelty through the foods you choose to eat. And you will notice that the cruelty of your industrial food production systems are hidden from you. Why? Because if you had glass walls on your slaughterhouses, and if you had glass walls on your milk production systems and your egg production factories, you would not eat them. For you would see the death and destruction and fear and murderous energy of that system, and you would not allow it. But you have had the wool pulled over your eyes many, many times, and now only you can take back your free will and say, show me the truth, for I am sick of this distorted society and its cruelty and its narrow-mindedness and its unforgiving nature and its violence, and I want to see a new earth arising from the hearts and minds of loving and kind and forgiving people. But you must understand what has been done to you. You must understand that your conditioned minds are being used against yourselves. They are being used to train you into passivity, so you look in horror upon what is happening upon this world, but you are crippled because you've been trained out of action and you have been trained in ignorance. We love you very much. We want to see this planet transformed, and it is happening, and you must prepare for it. And we do not want to frighten you, but it is time. The gig is up. The dark has had its day, and the light will win. And that means that all dark systems will fail, and the light will be shone into all the dirty, dark crevices that have yet to be revealed to you. And so we want you to stop looking at the television, turn your mind away from violence in all its forms, and that includes against yourself, and begin to heal your heart and your mind and connect to those high frequency beings who are here to help you. There are multitudes of us. I am no more special than anyone else, and I have always told you that. I am just a vehicle for love and light, and you have forgotten that you are. That is all. That is the only difference between the two of us. We will speak to you again soon. Okay, that was beautiful. Okay. Just a note, we do have a few spaces left in my August retreat on Salt Spring in Western Canada. So if you would like to take a look at that, go to channelingjesus.com under retreats, and you can see the information there. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and share this information. This is the information we all need right now, and I understand that it's very challenging to share channeled material if your family or friends don't believe in this, but it is time for us to share the truth and to bring as much of this information to as many people as possible. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.